Hey guys, I think I'm live. As usual, I'm not very well organised and the camera's really high. Wednesdays are always a bit of a rush for me because normally my sister visits with my niece. So it's a bit of a mad dash. Oh, now my chair won't tuck in. Especially when Coffee Man's on late, because I think that's a better view. Because then it's getting the kids in bed and all that stuff you gotta do. Really? Oh, hang on, that's probably having a hissy fit. Hang on. It's probably because I didn't put now. Weird. Yeah, it's because I didn't change the date before I went live. That's the only reason. And it always sets you on the day after, which I always find really weird. Oh, and I've just seen Sister's got home. So I'll just reply to that. Because she has quite a big drive home actually. Right, let's turn everything on silent. Sorry, I'm really flustered at the minute. I haven't even got my reference picture up. Owl, owl, owl. There we are. Hi, Evlogs. Is that how you say it? Evlogs, Evlogs. Hi, Rob. So we're going to try and do a bit more on this one today. Ugh. Okay. I don't know where we were. I don't know what I was doing. I don't know much actually. So we'll see how it goes, eh? I've lost my stick as well. So I told you Wednesday's totally disorganised. Caps off the pan pastels. So again, I'm going to be using not a huge amount of the pan pastels, but I will on the base just to get some of the colours down. Now, you've caught me literally just at the beginning. This is a follow on from last week's live feed. So last week we started doing the eye. You've literally just caught me logging on now, so you timed that really, really well. So normally 8 o'clock UK time. Stop it, camera. Let me turn it off. There we go. Turn you a bit. Sorry, I'm in. Whew. You know when you're just in a rush to get everything on. I'm going to use, I don't know why that's in there, but I'm going to use it. I'm just going to darken up the feather area around the outside, or even at least get some reddy tone on there. So this is burnt sienna shade. So this is the tools that you generally use with the pan pastels, but they do get eaten up really quickly with this paper. In fact, you can see a lot of the brush already being eaten. You see those big chunks there. Hi Jen. Hi Emily. Oh, that sounds nice. Cup of tea in bed. Yeah, I'm just going to add a bit more of a reddier tone because I went with the more yellowy tone last time for the dark, but it needs more red, so that's what we're adding. I say we, you're not the one sitting there doing it. If I struggle to get my words out today, I'm not too bad, but if I do, I apologise. I'm really tired. And you see all the bits, that's all from the bottom of the brush. So it's eating it away. Hi Sharon. Hi Aurora. So yeah, just getting the brown tone down because it was too yellow before. So the more I can do now, the better. I'd like to have it darker, but I don't really have anything darker than that. Oh, yes I do. Look, the heart right there. Okay, I'm not going to be covering the whole lot, but I am going to get some down, I think. Just saves me doing it in the pencil. So messy. I was literally sitting on the sofa and I could have quite happily have nodded off. In fact, I could leave this side quite happily, that tone. There's a few dark patches at the top, but I can easily add that in on the pencil. This one is, oh, I'm gonna have to undo this one because I can't remember. Red iron oxide. Hate that noise, hate that noise, hate that noise. Sorry. Ah, thank you. I need to upload a new TikTok. I haven't done one for ages. I've got to do the other stripe colour, which I think is probably going to be green, I think. Or yellow then green, I haven't decided. Yeah, I think that. Gets the majority of it down. So we're going to have to work on the left side. If I don't work on the left side, I'm going to end up just getting stuff everywhere. Well, yeah, it's the closest thing you can say. It is a sanded paper. This is the, let me get it so you can see, but this is the Clairefontaine pan pastel. No, pastel matte. So this is what we're using. And it is very much sanded paper. So Mi Tiente, this one, the Mi Tiente is by, no, I've forgotten. Can anyone remember what the Mi Tiente is? I've forgotten the brand name now. My teeth are on edge. It's horrible, isn't it? I don't blame you. It's gross. Hi, Jay. So that's pretty much bits of the brush on there. So let's get rid of that. Why can't I think? It's not Canson. Is it Canson? I think it might be Canson. The Mi Tiente might be Canson. Let me twist you a little bit. That'd be better. Oh, well done, Rob. Yeah, Canson. Keep practicing. That's all you got to do. That's all you can do to get better is practice and practice and practice and practice. Yes, and I will be doing a video, but because of half term, I haven't had a chance. So I'm about 2 weeks behind. So thank you very much for that. And I shall definitely be doing something with those. And Maddie will be bringing it in so you can have it. Cleaning up is definitely satisfying. When you get these books, you get like a sheet of paper, like sheet of waxy paper in between, which is what I've been using to protect this. So that is what I am going to use to place over. I'm going to roll my sleeve up because I don't want to smudge it everywhere and we don't want it all over my sleeve. I used to use velour paper. Oh, is that like no, sandpaper I don't think is. This stuff is. The Pastel Matte and the Canson Mi Tiente and all that is archival. So these are all archival because they are artist quality. But yeah, general sandpaper, I wouldn't recommend using that at all. Right, I need my colours, and I completely forgot what I used last week. So I'm just going to have to try and remember, and I've not got my reference right in front of me either. There's your black. Just trying to dig out my browns that I need. I thought I had a much darker one than that. We'll see. I'm probably not going to follow the reference much from here. I'm just going to sort of go with the flow. Okay. I am just going to... Oh, shut up. Such a horrible noise. I'm just going to go with it. So it's not going to look like the reference, but I will do my best to get it to look like soft head feathers at least. Bye. I'm just checking because, oh, come on. What is going on? Ah, phone's just died. Hang on. I wondered why it was vibrating at me, and I'm going, I can't turn the stupid thing on, and that's because I've killed it. There we go. There are plenty of cat eyes and not snake eyes, but snake skin. Have a look through the tutorials because there's loads on here. But yeah, we vary the tutorials week to week, just to whatever takes my fancy, really. I tend to get a lot of it online, Jay. So I'll either sort of Amazon. I have actually bought my first set of pencils from eBay. Various, you've got Jackson's Art, you've got Cass Art, you've got artistpapers.co.uk or .com. Yeah, just various places. Who have I missed? Hi, Wendy. That's a nice reason to be behind there, isn't it? It's because you've got commissions. There is 2 or 3 videos on the Fur Friday playlist. If you go to the Fur Friday playlist, there's about 4 videos, no, 3 videos, all to do with cat hair and how to do cat hair, how to do the direction and all sorts of stuff. So there's plenty there. I also have the Patreon as well if you want to do real-time tutorials. I really probably could be a bit neater, but it's going to be quite a lot of layering, to be honest, so we might be here for some time. Hi Erica, I'm down in Kent where it's very wet, windy and horrible right now. In fact, most of the UK is, to be fair. Right, that's quite soft in there, soft and fluffy. My YouTube, hi Amal, my YouTube I've been doing, is there a graphite cat tutorial? I have not done a graphite cat tutorial actually. I haven't done many graphite tutorials, to be fair, or not on YouTube anyway. I shall look at getting one done. What was I going to answer? I have been drawing realism for about 4 years now. Just using a cotton bud at the minute just to soften everything up. Yeah, realism probably for about 4 years. Need to sharpen this pencil in a minute, I think. Right, we need to do blocks of light and blocks of dark. I guess that's sort of where it's starting to get its pattern on the top of the head. Still can't get over the colour that this eye has turned out. I didn't think it would be quite as punchy, quite as vibrant. I'm just going to add some pinkier tone just to warm it up. Dark. I don't think it's going to be dark enough. What noise. I like the pit pastels because they stand up to my brutality. I can be push quite hard with these. I might have to bring in. Why are you in there? Oh, nope. Searching through the pencils. Where are you? That might have to do. Let's just try this first. I don't really want to go in. I think it needs the odd. Few sort of strandy, sticky out bits. The only thing I find with sanded paper is if you like to get a really fine line like you would with wax pencil, I can find that a bit irritating because you can't always get that really fine, thin, smooth line. Just blend that out. I don't mind it being a little bit soft because it gives it that depth of field that we were talking about last week. Because I want the focus to be on the eye rather than everything else. So I don't mind him not being, as I say, I do not know what they've done in the processing of this picture, but it's really over processed. Let's try the Carbothellos because they're softer. They come off the lead quite easy. Need to bring some of that highlight back in. So I know a few of you have used pan pastels before, and I'm no expert, but if you have any questions about the pan pastel, I shall certainly see if I can answer them. share out on my Twitter. Erica, have you had a chance to share in the group yet? Pop this. I have never played Roblox, but my kiddo has. No, got pan pastels, still not got as far as putting them. Why not? The worst mistake I ever made was using a blending pencil on a tiger drawing that I did, and I thought the blending pencil would really help me, and it completely ruined the tongue. And I thought I'd ruined the entire thing by having a go at this blending pencil, and wished I hadn't. And thought I'd ruined the whole lot, but somehow managed to rescue it. Don't know how. I think the crop of the actual picture should end here. I might, oh, it's disappeared. So I need to make, I won't worry about trimming it till afterwards, but that's where I think I need it to stop. So I'm going to draw a line so I don't go any further than that, basically. Oh, wonderful. Thank you. The joys about live feeds is you can come back and watch them anytime. Probably could have got away with it being a bit further in, actually. It's just, that's all fairly light in there. Just going to change the tone a bit because it's not quite as yellow here. I'm doing that by using a grey. That's better. There we go. Now you can see much more contrasted between those two. I watch tons of videos. Absolutely tons of videos. If I wanted to learn how to do something, I would go Google it. If I didn't get the answer I wanted, I would just have a go. I think Jason Morgan was one I watched quite a lot of to figure out how to do the pencil stuff. This stuff I'm doing now. I don't like this bit at all. Lisa Lacry, I've watched a few of hers. Amelia somebody, can't remember her name. She's quite a famous one. But quite honestly, a lot of it was trial and error. I'm going to go over that. I'm not keen on that. Not keen. Clean edge, clean edge. Right, there we go. Start again-ish. Oh, hello. Where's my sharpener not working? Sharpener emergency. Get in there. Why do they make desk sharpeners so awkward to put back together? What didn't I have on my pancakes is more the question. I had... Oh my god, come on. Okay, bear with me guys, my sharpener is not playing ball. Because there's 4 of us, I ended up making like 20 something pancakes. Like a silly amount of pancakes, and I had chocolate spread, butter and lime. I love butter and lime. It sounds like a really odd combination, but it's really nice. Butter and lime. What else do I have? Bananas, blueberries. I'd like to have done some bacon, but by the time I'd cooked 24 pancakes, I was like, nope, not doing it anymore. Had enough now. Is that Mika or Micah? Mika? Spilling masking fluid on a pig. Yeah, I did. I recovered blooming well from that though. That was quite a tragic accident. That poor hedgehog, R.I.P. Poor Hedgy Hedge. He did survive to live another day. Poor Hedgy. He's never going to live that down, is he? I think if I give it more of an not so even. Again, you can see how much easier it is to get the light on the dark rather than the other way round. Bit of warning. Actually, there is a video that came out on Monday, which for some reason hasn't been watched by many people. So it's either really that bad or people didn't get notified. So there is a video that came out Monday, and it's a full-blown tutorial that you can follow along. I don't know whether I'm actually going to get a video out on Friday because I am, as I say, 2 weeks behind now, which is not good. That's going to build up some dark. I just need to stop looking at the reference and just go with the flow. Any holiday. I don't go on holiday. My favourite one I've ever been on was when I went to visit Austria. Ah, Mika. Like the singer. You can with this paper fill up the tooth just as you can with ordinary paper, so just bear that in mind. You do get to a point where, I mean, you can use fixative. I argue with fixative. I don't ever have much luck using it on my work. And again, erasers if you need to. But you can see how much harder it is to get the dark down on top of the light rather than it being vice versa. You need to be more sporadic. It's a bit too neat. I've never been to either. Somerset, I think, is probably the closest I've ever been to down that way. I think that's going to have to do for now, because it's driving me a little bit crazy, if I'm honest. It's nice and soft though. At least I've got that bit down. Just getting it in other directions. This is where you can bring it in a black pencil if you wanted to, which I may just do later on. I think I should have come in further here. It's a bit sort of all over the place. I'll get a black pencil in a minute so you can see what I mean. But we need to do plenty of crossing over. There we go. We went to I'm gonna forget. Basically, we were just off of Hallstatt. I want to say Lake Auburn. It wasn't Lake Auburn. It was something like that. But when I worked in my old job, like back before Facebook was a thing, people used to send you emails of pretty little sceneries and flowers and memes and all that sort of stuff. And somebody sent me like this rotation of the most beautiful towns in the world or something like that. And Hallstatt came up and I was like, I have to go there, because I'm well into my photography and I thought I have to go there to take photographs. And within 2 weeks I'd found a hotel and I had literally booked the flights and booked a holiday to Austria. So and it was flipping awesome. It was really, really lovely. Apart from, I went there thinking, oh, I'm going to go on sled rides, I'm going to meet the huskies and the reindeer and all that sort of stuff. Because we went in March, which technically would be, you know, sort of the height of their winter really, or middle-ish to near end of winter. We went and the people in the hotel said that this was the worst winter they had had in decades, and it was like there was not an ounce of snow on the ground. You had to go up in the mountains to get to the snow, and that was the only way that you would see any. And where we were, it's really hard to describe, but there was like this tiny villagey looking area right up in the mountain. I did get some amazing photos. I want to go back, because when I look back about how bad my photography was, me thinking it was awesome, but I did get some quite cool pictures. This little town up in the mountains, and we were told that you had to get the ski lift to go up to the top of the mountain where the Five Fingers was. Anyway, we took the wrong one. We ended up going up this ski lift, and the guy at the beginning was laughing at us. We couldn't work out why. We had our little bikes with us because we hired the bikes to go out. And so, we want to go up there. We want to go up. How much is it? And they charged us whatever it was. And anyway, they kept laughing. And when we got up to the top, they were like, oh, tourists, laughing, giggling and everything. And it turns out there's an abandoned town up there, which was an old military base. But because the view was so vast, they had like a really good setup because the military was up there. Anyway, they were laughing at us because there was nothing up there to see. So I found it quite exciting. I mean, the snow was flipping deep and we lost our footing a couple of times. But we got to ride the bikes all the way down the mountain and I couldn't walk for 2 days after. But it was pretty cool. Absolutely stunning. And the people there were so polite. And because of my name, when we were in the restaurant, a couple of days before we left, because they thought I was Spanish, even though I'm English, they got the waitress to make me this massive pudding that I couldn't eat. And it was like a banana with pineapple rings around, to look like a sombrero. And they made me get up and dance in this tiny little local restaurant. So that was quite cute. Nice. We went to Strasbourg, and because Strasbourg was a bus ride away, their trains are amazing. You want to go in that direction, you wait for the train to go in that direction, you just get off at whatever stop you need to get off, and vice versa. There is just one train that serves an entire area. So you know exactly what one you've got to get on to get to where you want to go. There's so many things they do right over there. Okay, I'm still not happy with the top of his head, but I'm going to be here forever and then you'll get bored. I'm going to see if I can find my black Pablo. Where are you? No, Polly. Black Polly. I'm just going to see. It's not much better, to be fair. Don't think I'm going to gain anything, but you can see how easily you can use the pencil on top. So he has like brownie colour feathers. I would say that colour, but I don't think that's going to show up very well. I wonder. So it's sort of from here, I think. Go in that direction. Again, my paper's the wrong size for the crop I've chosen. Oh, bless you, Erica. We are going on 2 trains and a boat ride visiting Strasbourg. Oh, Strasbourg is just stunning. And there was a guy there in one of the squares and he was playing a violin, and that's one of my favourite pictures of Austria. Is he playing a violin and it's raining and you've got all the big horses. Oh, honestly, if I remember, I'll add a couple of photos in the group tomorrow. And if you've never heard of Hallstatt, you have to look it up because it's an incredible. It's one of the few remaining villages that looks like it was when it was first built, and their graveyard, because it's built up a mountain, the graveyard space they have is really, really small. So every so many years, I don't think it's every year, but every so many years, they have a big festival. They dig up their ancestors, they paint their bones, name them and date them, and then they go in a big bone house that's there, and then there's room to bury the next generation. Yeah, quite something. Absolutely gorgeous. And it's Oberon. Lake Oberon, that's where we were. I can't because they're all on my computer, so I can't really show you. Plus my phone's on charge at the moment. I think I've got, oh no, we're up to 22%. I can have a look and see if I can spot any. I'll give it more time to charge. Just trying to get the direction of these feathers in. I feel like that needs to be darker. I'm wondering whether it's really focus on my, I am quite low. I feel like I could probably go darker. Yeah, I said it, Erica. I said the words. Oh, God, that noise. Oh, pastels, you're so gross. I mean, who picked these things up and went go, oh, that's really nice. Let's make some art with it. And then let's make them into products that everyone can feel detested over because they're gross. Don't ever blow on your work. It's a bad habit. It's a no-no. That's not far off the colour I was using. That's not too bad. Just trying to... See, where they say you work from dark to light, yeah, it's fine. But when you get these really fine, like these little feathery bits here, working in that direction, it just doesn't work. Oh, it'd be amazing, wouldn't it? People get paid to do that, though. I love the idea of being like a location spotter as well. I think that would be amazing. Like film locations. Our local park, literally just up the road. When Brad Pitt did the End of the World film that he did, I can't even remember the name of it now. They were using one of the car parks in the town I live in, and he was caught running around doing his little morning jog. Running around the park, literally like 3-minute walk up the road from me. Right, I'm veering. Stop veering. Concentrate. Oh, that's a good idea. Hi, Doris. Okay, my favourite animal is an owl. And I'm doing my dream job. That is my dream job. And I'm very lucky to be doing it. I'm just going to see if I can see what I've got in the... I don't even know the Austria album is still up. But we'll see. I'm very lucky to be doing my dream job. Hello, where's my photos gone? Where's my photos? Friends. Photos. Okay. Albums. As I say, I don't know whether it's still here. Probably not, to be fair. They had this zip line thing near a playground. We literally, where the hotel was, you walked up the hotel and you had Lake Oberon there, and they had this zip line that I've got a picture of hubby because he sat on it and he literally his ass just clunked on the floor. Where it was obviously meant for kids. No, I haven't got it out. I'll have to put some in the group tomorrow if I remember, Rob. Well, I am lucky, but it's also I've also had to give up an awful lot to do it. Yeah, it's risky business because there's not always a lot of money in it. P.S. Those that are waiting, and those who might be watching who don't even know about it, my sticker launch is next week. If you want to get a discount code for the shop, sign up on my website, Bonnitadoodles.com. and a thing will come up for you to subscribe. I will only email you when there's a discount code to come out or a special offer. And when the products launch next week, I shall send out the discount code 2 days before they launch. And bye. And that way you can get a bit of money off. And there will be a surprise print for anyone that spends over £10. Right, let's get that space filled in. It needs to be a bit darker under there. I give myself a blister. I had no idea I'd done that. I keep hurting my fingers at the moment. I took a chunk out of my finger the other day, moving a plastic box. Then I did something yesterday and I hadn't realised. I actually put a blister on my finger and I didn't realise until I started... Hi, Leslie! Until I started using these pencils. We just need that dark there, and it's quite light under there, isn't it? Just get that dark in there. Hey, they're amazing, aren't they? The print quality is just mwah. You wait until you see the prints. They're going to be awesome. I'm so pleased with how they come out, and my papers arrived today. So as I say, launch is ready for next week. I think I'm probably going to do it for Monday. I don't know. We'll see, but I need to finish editing the prints because they'll be going up in the shop eventually. But the prints are so damn cute. See, all that legwork I was doing all them years ago. Hey, Leslie, and I'm going, oh, all these lips. What am I going to do with all these lips? And then, bam, let's turn them into really cool stickers. We want to start going. I'm just going to very briefly pencil in the direction I need these to go. Why does it look like a spider right now? Apart from spider eyes don't look like that, but if you take the eye away, it looks like a spider. Honestly, it was a really good investment. I'm so glad I went for that one. And honestly, the printer wasn't even, I say it wasn't even that much. It's still 140 quid. But the quality of the print you get for 140 quid, phenomenal. Well, they are lovely, Leslie. They're a bit lush. Okay. Oh, Brill. They look really cool framed. The best one I've ever done, I sold a couple of them actually, was a set of 3. I had a set of 3 and a set of 6 in black frames and white mounts, and they just look phenomenal. I need some real straggly, there we go, real straggly bits. Oh, that red one really does look like the lips, doesn't it? That's scary. By the looks of it, his beak is just under there. So what I might do... Oh, itchy nose. Just get a bit under there. And then I can go over it with the white. Well, I say white, it's not white at all. They do look really, really cool. I'm just going to show you a sneak. So the ones I sent you were the sample sets. And then there's these single sets where I've done larger ones. But I've changed the borders on them so they're a lot smaller. So there's loads. Oh, how freaking cute is that ice cream van? Just because, Erica, like the pot pets weren't cute enough. I mean, just look at those faces. Let me get the gloss out of the way because that's probably doing your eyes in. Look at the faces. So cute. Look. These are just my test prints. It's a sloth Sunday. Who doesn't love a sloth Sunday? Some little flippy flops, some sunglasses. I haven't made up my mind whether this is going to be a Haribo or a rocket. No, not a rocket, a fruit pastel, but I think it's going to be fruit pastel. Oh, and my little piggy butt there. So, yeah. If you're interested in seeing these, and they come in sheets as well. They don't just come as singles. These sheets. Oh, someone's already taken a sticker. That'll be one of the kids then. Look at those tiny little cactuses. Cactus, cacti, what is the actual term? But you can get your hands on these. Look so cute. So cute. Little baby ones. Recognise that? Anyway, I diverted a little bit of promo, but that's allowed, it's mine. There's millions of different frame designs. I'm making one for my drawing my friend did for me. I'm using oh my god, no, that sounds just a bit posh, Rob. Yes, see, I'm cheap and I'm really bad and I don't spend lots of money on frames. Yours sounds posh. I don't do posh. I like a much more simpler frame because, like you said, Rob, it's hard that you don't want to detract from the actual drawing itself. Okay, let's get some. That's a bit better. Could have done with being a bit darker under there, but we'll just do that for now. We need to come out that way. There we are. Okay, so we need to get, I don't know if that's going to be strong enough. Can't see it that well, can you? I don't think that's dark enough, light enough in that section. I'm going to soften that up. Honestly, some of my nicest frames have come from Wilko's or the Range. My underwater series prints that I did, I've got 2 frames of twos of threes, because I had 3 horizontal, 3 vertical, 3 vertical, 3 horizontal, and they just work really, really well in a really nice simple black frame. And sometimes that's all you need. But then others do like something more ornate. I guess when they're a huge picture, they can work really well because of the size of the actual picture. Oh, so many canvases. I get so many canvases from the charity shop and just cover them. Just repaint them. Get some right old bargains. Yeah, that nice. Sorry, autofocus. Nice. I like bargains like that. We went to a charity shop on the way to one of Amelie's assessments, and they had these massive frames, and I'm talking probably 60 by 60, and I've got one that is 120, 140 it might even be. They were like £4 each. So all I've done is I've just gessoed the whole lot of them in the dark gesso. Well, gesso and acrylic anyway, just to cover them up. Right, some patches that just aren't getting dark enough. Oh, there we go, okay. Just need to push a bit more on some of these just to make them a bit stronger. Yeah, please do. Oh, nearly dropped it. Well, I didn't nearly, I actually did, so didn't quite know why I said that. This is such a mess when you look at it close up. So, do you want to hear a funny story? I'm not sure if it's funny or not. It's an interesting one. My sister's friend had gone to, I won't say where, I don't even know what the place was called actually, but anyway, she used to be a tattooist and she's starting another apprenticeship somewhere. So she went for the interview and they were basically asking her, you know, when you draw and things like that, how long does it take you? And she went, well, actually, I do really large acrylic painting. She does these amazing large acrylic paintings that take hours, days, sometimes weeks. And anyway, they were turning around and saying, well, basically, you know, how long would it take you to reinterpret one of your drawings? And she sort of said, well, again, it could take hours and whatever. So turns out, he went, the person interviewing, well, the reason we're asking is that we always get people come in with a portfolio and say that they can do this in half an hour in a tattoo. And the guys are like, oh, really? Okay, that's not even your work. So they would then do like a reverse Google search, image search. And guess whose pictures they're taking in? That'll be mine. So my sister's friend was sitting there going, oh my God, you are kidding me. That's my sister's friend's work. And the guy was like, I sound really American. And the guy was like, and and the guy was like, yeah, but they build portfolios of this artist. He said that we have so many people come in with this artist's work that whenever we do a back search, it's always coming back to me. So yeah, I'm not sure if that's a compliment or not. I guess it is in a weird way, but it's really quite annoying as well that people are trying to palm my work off as their own. But can you imagine if they go in with my work and the tattoo guy goes, oh yeah, that's amazing, you'll join us, let's start tomorrow, and then they go and tattoo someone with my drawing and mess it up. Can you imagine? But can you believe in all the tattoo places in the flipping country that she walks into one and they permanently get people come in using my work? I just found that insane. So she's got the job there. She's going to do a bit more research into it. And I love the fact that people are going to come in with a portfolio and she'll be like, no, that's not yours. That's my friend's. Flipping cheek of it. I don't know what type of work either, because she was at an interview. She couldn't really dig down into it. But so I don't know what... It is realism as well. So it's some of my realistic portraits. The only thing I can think of is maybe it's celebrity ones, because why would you have it of someone else? Yeah, see, that's the thing. I think it's a compliment that they think my work is good enough to go in and try and get a tattoo job with. But they're also really risking themselves. I think I'm going to have to blue tack the edges down. It is flattery. But hey, you know, they're going to get paid off my work. Oh, there's some royalties. Cheek of it. I did say to my sister, well, I suppose to a point, at least every time they search for me, it boosts my ratings. That's something at least, eh? Yeah. Well, at least I'll have someone now there that'll go, no mate, that's not yours. Oh, I don't think so. Look, I'm that confident now. I'm drawing with an arm on my hip. Yeah, I'm doing it now. Doing it now. I would imagine it probably is, yeah. Probably Tom Hardy and like the Game of Thrones stuff, I imagine. Yeah, I don't get that. I suppose because they have to know about it being an art form. So, you know, when you go, you have to be able to draw before you even start on drawing people's skin. So you take in an art portfolio. So they would have to prove that they could draw that on someone's skin. So not only are they risking their reputation, they're potentially risking mine as well. I don't know. Just, do you know what I mean? It's just weird. I had the girls from work asking how I got so good. Oh, thank you, Emily. Well, it's a lot of hard work on your part too, missus. Okay, we can start going in with some of the lighter colours now. We want to keep them fairly warm. And I'm just going to do crisscross, like hatching. You're probably not going to see this colour very well to begin with. Ah, that's a good point, actually. Well, here's hoping, eh, Pam? What I don't get, though, is there's no high-resolution versions of my pictures online. So, I mean, I know they're not all, like, really tightly watermarked, but I don't know. That is the downside to posting your art on work, and it's a risk that if you want to be seen, you have to take. And God, within the first 2 weeks of being on TikTok, someone stole one of my videos, but because it was one that went viral overnight, they actually got caught out really quickly. So Okay, so we want to go... I might use the pits for these because I think the Carbothellos are just too soft. You don't ever know, and all the time that, as I say, people are searching up my name. Oh, that's what happened to that sticker, is it? All the while people are searching up my name, it's all searches for me, isn't it? So, you know, you can't... Ow! Can't gripe at that. I've just shinned my leg on the shelf in front of me. As you do. I've got a new cube unit under my desk, just trying to keep my desk up because it was starting to bow in the middle because it's such a long desk. Right, technically it should stop here, as you can probably see a bit of the green in the background, so I'm just going to fade it out. My cotton buds got really fluffy. U-press? What's U-press? Okay, let's get these fluffy bits around the eyes. And I need to find like probably this pink actually. Oh, upres. Yeah, to a point though, but if the original image is only 72 DPI, you can't really do a lot with up-resing it as such and keeping quality. That's what I find really weird. Desperate measures, I suppose. Oh man, IKEA, yeah. I want the Alex drawers because that's where I want to keep all these pencils because I'd like to get things off my desk. I'm so fed up with putting stuff away. But the Alex drawers are really expensive. And I do have, well, those of you that have seen the den, I do have quite a lot of space in here, storage I suppose. I just need to utilise it and put away stuff that maybe I don't use so regularly. Right, what colour do I want? Let's try. Some of that for now. Yeah, that gives me that tone. It's just changing the tone at the moment. I'm not adding any highlight or shadow, as you can see. This is, if anybody's interested, because they don't have colour names, it's 1400 640. Hi John, thank you. We went into IKEA the other day. Well, I say the other day, it was the other week. And they had two sets of the Alex drawers, but the longer ones, like what I would consider the art drawers. So they wouldn't have gone where I wanted them, but they were in the sale and they were a real big bargain. So I don't know how I walked out without them, to be honest. I did get the wall unit though that you saw go up in the vlog. So I've just got to get some more of that. Right, so we need to start. I'm going to crop it. I don't know. I might even just blend it out, to be honest. Yeah, possibly. I just got to go with my gut. Not much in the way of highlight, it's more trying to get the dark in there. I quite like the fact that he's not exact. In fact, you can see now I've started getting this around. So this is much yellower than it is on the screen. It's almost white. As I say, he's done something post-editing to it. So let's add a little bit of white here and there, but I don't want to add too much. In fact, there's not a lot of tooth left there, so I can't. Oh, that noise. Yeah, it's not much tooth left. Yeah, they're brilliant. Brilliant. Yeah, the Alex straws are amazing. It's scary how much you accumulate, isn't it? Absolutely scary. And it can be a bit overwhelming as well. Yeah, look, there's no white coming off at all. It's like really... I've got no tooth left. Okay. Don't even know how I'm going to get... I'm using the wax pencil now, by the way, not the pastel pencil, just because I want to see if I can get a bit of a stronger black going on in areas. And then let's sharpen the flesh tone. Do you have the carbos or just the pits? No. Do you have Carbothellos already? Because quite honestly, I don't think I would add pits into the mix. I don't know. I don't use my pits very often. I always end up going to my Carbothellos. So I would advise your friend to not worry about getting the pit pencils until someone has maybe experimented with pan pastels and Carbothellos first. Then maybe consider pit pastels, but originally I was obsessed with getting the pit pastels. Then I tried the Carbothellos because of the price difference, and actually I use the carbs more than I use the pits. Yeah, I would just stick with them, to be honest. But again, it depends on your paper preference as well, I suppose. I know that pits can work differently on different types of paper, better than the Carbothellos, but I've always gotten better with these. I don't know how well you're going to see. Let's zoom you in a bit. I might have to move things, so bear with me. Let's move the camera as I'm blue tacked. So let's get white Carbothello and white pit. I don't know whether this is going to be a good enough test for you to see. So this is the pit. Don't know if you can hear that. So that's the pit. No, Carbothello, for goodness sake. This is the pit. So there is a slight difference, but not much at all when it comes to adding that detail. They are just harder, so they don't tend to wear down as easy, but I can do the same detailing with Carbofellows. You do get slightly sharper with the pit. The only reason I'm saying is because you will end up going back. So maybe just get a white and a black in the pit. Don't get the whole thing. Yes, totally. Some of these black hairs here have been done with my black pencil. So if I want to go in, for example, let's have a look at the reference and dark. So if I want to go in here and really darken that up a bit more, I can. But it has to be ideally last minute. Because if you start doing stuff and then try and layer over the top, it then starts to prove difficult. But yeah, you can. I quite like the Daily Rani ones. Maybe just go for a couple and see how you get on with them. I'm using completely the wrong colour. No, I wasn't using the wrong colour. I was using the right colour. Yeah, just go for a couple of colours. Get the white and the black and maybe like a dark brown and a dark blue. And see how you get on with those. But I wouldn't go crazy and buy the whole tin. I really wouldn't. I just feel like it needs a yellow, not a yellow, but I don't even know what to describe it as. I don't know, I'm just not feeling it. Focus, Bonnita. Looks much better through long distance. Possibly. Let's have a look. A little bit colour difference makes a bit of variation in there. You can tell I'm not as familiar with using the pastel colours because I'm sitting here going, huh? Yeah, don't know. No. Nope. Yeah. The wax pencil is actually a really good way of adding a resist as well. Yeah, it does. That's the only thing that puts me off, is that you end up having a mixture of matte and shine. See, at the minute I haven't got any strong enough blacks going over that, and I think that's what's driving me crazy, because I haven't got enough contrast. Let me bring out the pit black, see what happens. Not a lot. I think where I've just lost too much tooth now. I'm going to experiment. I'm not loving my lights lighter, that's the trouble. I'm not enjoying it. Let's see, out of curiosity. I think it probably dries not much better. Come on, what do you want to do? The trouble is the colour range I have, it doesn't have the colour I want. Possibly. So the light colour I want, I'm not finding it. That's a bit better. Once you start building up and you've got your wax resist anyway, you can only go in certain areas, so that's not a bad thing. I think the shape's probably irritating me as well. It doesn't quite go in the right direction. Up here I definitely need to lighten. I made a list yesterday of art supplies and goodies which I've brought since 2016. Oh, don't blame me. Okay, you can probably blame me a little bit, but don't blame me. Art supplies are definitely my treat. I don't go to the pub. I don't go to the cinema. I don't go out to restaurants. We don't have days out. I just have art supplies. Yeah, I mean, if you don't need to layer the pencils too much, you can get away with it. Right, okay, I'm liking it a little bit more now. Get some patches in, not necessarily on the photo, but I feel it needs it. Do some crissy crossing. I like how soft it is though, and I'm leaving it unfinished. I like all down here unfinished. Not that I'm ever going to do anything with him other than put him in a folder and put him in a drawer, but hey ho. Itchy eye. It's alright, you can blame me. Cameras. I did put the camera back, did I, dingus? There we go. Where is that bright yellow? Is it that one? now I've done all his feathers and things, I feel like that eye needs brightening a bit. I did say, didn't I, that I'd end up coming back. Fiddling with the eye. Such an intense eye, isn't it? Right, that line I can get rid of now. Dark red, I need dark red. And that's pink. Sorry, I'm missing all your comments. I've gone into super concentration mode. You can't blame me. You're limited to 2 blames a year. Use them wisely. I can't help it if I get to play with awesome products. I cannot get over the glow in his eyes. I just think that's come across so well. I'm so pleased with how well it's come out. Just having a bit of a tweak. I think I'm done with the fur. I don't think feathers. I don't think I want to do any more on the feathers because they're just driving me insane. I might try a little bit more with the black, but that's probably as much as I want to be bothered to do. Plus, coffee man is not here and I need another coffee. Okay, let's get a nice point going. Yeah, everything just changes, doesn't it? That's why I quite often go back and end up altering different things. Worth doing. Yeah, I think it's the direction more than anything, and probably the base tone. I think the base tone is not working for me, and that's why I'm not happy. Last bit of fiddling. Got a bit kitchen roll here that I've been using on the desk. So I'm just going to use that to soften the very edges out. this. Should we give it a should I give it a trim? Should we give it a trim? Trimini, trim, true. I'll have to trim it later. I'll trim it later. Last bit fidgeting, she says, all the time. Just going to do last bit. 10 hours later, I'm still doing the last bit. Just making it up now because, yeah, why not? I still think he looks awesome. Right, are you zoomed out the most you can? Yes. Let's get you up a little bit more. There we go. Bon, I've just started doing live feeds. I'm quite nervous and anxious about talking and drawing live. I honestly, the more you do, the easier it gets. And you sort of, I'm not going to tidy because I need the colours out. You sort of just get over it and yeah, I don't know. You just do them without you being on camera first. That's the easiest thing. And it probably took me, I don't know, maybe 10 or 11 before I started getting into the feed. I might have lost you. Hopefully you didn't. There's a big dropout there. Yeah. When people have been following you for a long time, like Erica, Leslie, Joe, there's just so many of you guys that have been there since nearly the beginning, actually. It's just like having a convo with your mates over the internet, and it gets easier, I promise you, lovely. It does get nervy, and it took me absolutely ages to get used to the fact of Coffee Man being in the room as well, so that's another obstacle you have to get over, but you do. It just gets easier, it really, really does. And just have a giggle with them, try and relax, because they can hear the nerves. Just relax, have a coffee, and just think of it as having a telephone conversation. That's probably the easiest way to put it. But you will. You will. And Rob, honestly, yeah, so many of you have been with me. I mean, Erica, I think you've been with me since day dot, actually. And Wendy, I know Wendy's not watching, but ever since I started in the Paper Panda group with my doodles and illustrations. Yeah, we're talking 2014, I think. That's when I first started getting into the art world, and making my name as such was with the illustrations, turning them into paper cutting templates. So I do feel more comfy when people, yeah, it's weird when there's like only 2 people watching as well to begin with, but eventually you'll get more and more people watching. So, and you learn to just not shut up and then irritate people because you can't shut up talking, like right now. And then it really annoys people because you don't shut up. Oh, bless you. Thank you, Hannah. That's so cool. Thank you. P.S. Thank you to everyone who has ever watched one of my videos, because I am like this close to being monetized. So quite possibly by the end of next week, it can take up to 4 weeks actually, I think, for it to all go through. But I should get the email by the end of the weekend, and then hopefully I'll be monetized. And I'm really sorry, but it will pee you off because there'll be adverts through my videos. Sorry about that in advance. Yeah. Paper cutting, it was, yeah. My illustrations went in the paper cutting group because a friend of mine, who I knew that when I was pregnant with Madison, so that was 10 years ago, she said the illustrations would make paper cutting templates, and that's where all that started. So yeah, it's been a long time, Erica. It's been a long time. So I'm going to go and have a really large cup of coffee and nick one of the kids' chocolate biscuits because I can, and they're in bed and they won't know. Thank you. That really means a lot to me, honestly. It means so much when people enjoy the content, because I have worked my arse off to at least make it watchable. And I know that some of the older stuff wasn't necessarily fun, but I'm getting there. Again, it's a confidence thing. The more you do on camera, the easier it gets. So have a good morning, afternoon, whichever it may be for you guys. Yeah, bloody adverts, aren't I annoying? I might just keep the cards and stop really irritating you with adverts, but hey, girls got to make a living. Yeah, if you haven't subscribed, if you are new to me, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button to be notified for all. I go live every Wednesday, not necessarily full-blown tutorials. This is part 2. Part 1 is obviously last week. I try and get a video up at least once a week, but I'm now 2 weeks behind recording, but my scrawler box turned up to yesterday and I've recorded that this morning, so I'm hoping to get that up for Friday. But yeah, don't forget the group. Thank you, Erica. Art Share group on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, I'm on TikTok, all under Bonnita Doodles, and Instagram. And I'm going to stop waffling on now, and I shall see you later. So thank you for watching. Bye, guys.